Yeah, I mean, polls are always accurate, so I think we should really lean into it.
Happy Monday and welcome into the PHNX Sun Devil Show. Of course, coming to you live from Studio K, presented by Circle K. Make sure you join Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit circlek.com for details. I am Anthony Totri, joined once again by Jose Perez. Erik Ruby is back from the deep depths of Diago. Welcome back, man.
I was hooping in. Where is he playing now? Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Where's Jose Perez playing?
Somewhere not in the United States.
Has he stayed with one team since
Probably then? Not. If I
He's
had
not
to
even
guess.
the first Jose Perez that comes up.
Does that shock you, though?
No.
Yeah, come on now. Look, we got intern Seth behind the Mac with the freckled Mamba. Glenn in here saying welcome back to the Squirrel Girl. We got Big Ten Jet in here as well. Make sure you hit that like button, you hit the subscribe button, and you drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. A ton to get into today. We've got a Sun Devil on Feldman's freak list. We're going to get into that. Also, some observations from Arizona State's 5th fall camp practice. Of course, the Sun Devils just a little bit of ways away from heading up to Camp Tontozona this week. But before we get into all of that, some national news to take care of today.
Jose Perez
exactly
plays with the Otago Nuggets in
the
New
Otago?
Zealand. The Otago Nuggets in New Zealand's NBL.
Wow.
Most recently. I don't know if he still plays.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Former Devil.
Whoa, he had 32 points in a game earlier this year.
And then what?
And then after the game after, he scored 11.
Yeah.
Then back to 20.
Yeah.
And then that was his last game.
Yeah, well, maybe he abandoned the team after that game. Maybe that's exactly what happened.
Sorry, national news more important than Jose Perez's career with the Otago Nuggets.
Yeah. Hopefully a long career, right?
Yeah,
I guess.
And hopefully his jersey goes up in the rafters.
The college football preseason coaches poll is officially out via USA Today. And Erik, the Sun Devils come in at number 11, the highest ranked Big 12 team in the coaches poll. The Sun Devils getting some national love, but not the only Big 12 team on that list. Curious to get your thoughts on, of course, Kansas State coming in at 20, Iowa State at 21, BYU at 23, and then Texas Tech at 24.
We could save BYU for later because on it, it's like the dragon meme where it's like all like the scary dragon heads, and there's one that's like that's BYU in the Big 12 but coaches poll top 25.
Oh, man.
ASU number 11 is, I think, fair.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think earned. But also, and it's funny because I was joking with Damon, I'm back in the office, so immediately Damon starts jabbing
throwing
at me.
shade.
Yeah, you know how it goes. And he's like, oh, does that mean that if they don't make the playoffs, that Kenny's on the hot seat? Which obviously he's joking. But I will say, like, there are really big expectations on this team, and we've talked about it a lot over the last 7 months since the season ended, 7+ months now at this point. And it's a little bit more real now that we're sitting here in August and these national preseason polls have come out. And, over the offseason, somebody would say something here and it'd be like, oh, that's a little disrespectful.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Somebody would say something here. It's, oh, how could you do that? Let's talk about it. But now that we're getting closer and closer, it does feel like overwhelmingly the conversation is Arizona State, like at worst, is a late teens
top 15 team.
Like,
top 15
like
team.
at worst.
Yeah.
Right. And we're looking at a borderline top 10 team coming into the season. That's not light. Like that is very heavy expectations. That is a lot of eyeballs. And that is a lot that you're going to need to prove because everybody who doesn't think that completely doesn't believe in them and thinks they're a fluke.
Yeah, I believe this is the highest Arizona State has been in the coaches poll since the 1990s. Definitely
1998.
Definitely a sign of respect. There isn't any reason to be like, Arizona State's getting disrespected.
Yeah.
Like this is a team that I think now that all of the dust is settled from last year, and there's finally some camps to talk about, right? With all these teams in the middle of their fall camp, and then you've got week 0 just a couple weeks away. Like the football season's almost here, right?
Sure.
So enough of the talking heads have kind of
now they're getting
away.
it together.
Yeah, it's either they've stopped talking, or they're actually going back to what the initial take that they had at the end of last year was going to be, which is usually the right one.
They're like, oh, we need to get some views in the middle of the offseason. Let's say ASU sucks.
Who would do that?
Nobody
Who would do such a thing?
The highest for a Big 12 team in a preseason poll since 2022. So, like, it's a big deal to have a top 10 team in the country, and essentially Arizona
a fringe
State
top 10
is.
team, yeah.
Like, and I know they're not, but like they are.
I mean, come on, dude.
Like
Let's
11 is
swap Miami for ASU
Come
here.
on,
Carson Beck deserves no love in this preseason poll.
Yeah.
None. Come on. What are we doing? Carson Beck, mid quarterback, kick down the Hurricanes, just one. That's all. That's all.
Lost his girlfriend, and then he's gonna lose a top 10 spot.
Yeah.
Like that's how it's gonna go for Carson Beck. No, but and again, when we've talked to these players on and off camera, they understand kind of what's ahead of them. It's this weird like mesh of people still don't believe that you're going to continually be good, but they also understand that the expectations are really high. So it's like they haven't really picked a lane. Somehow they're believed in and they're doubted, which is just very funny. And so they know that, and they know that starting week 1 against NAU, like there is no warm-up games, even though their fall camp is going to be harder than playing against NAU.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, it should be.
But not a game that they're going into and thinking, we can just coast. Even though they can, they want to put up 100 points against NAU and allow 0, right? And
we've heard it from the players, kind of like without giving away like who exactly we were talking to, but yeah, they would feel pretty disappointed if NAU at any point was relatively close in this game.
They scored.
Yeah, if they scored. But that's a standard.
Yeah.
Right? And again, like if you are going to consistently be a top 10, top 15 team in the country, especially going into this year, and you're building off of what you accomplished in 2024, then that needs to be the standard, right? Like NAU should be barbecue chicken on August 30th or 31st, right? Like that's 100% how the game should go. Now, you can't look past NAU, but it's got to be this, like, this is who we are now.
I think they're going to be too excited to look past NAU. They're like feral dogs who are getting like a treat, or like they see something that they could eat. It's like finally
lumberjack.
It's time.
We're having lumberjack.
Fresh
for
lumberjack
dinner.
served up the Tempe way.
Goodness.
Like it's gonna be exciting to see not just like those first string guys, but when we were talking to these players that were saying how disappointed they would be if NAU even puts up remotely a fight, like a whimper, right? And they're like, last year in the first game, the third string guys didn't really expect to play.
Yeah.
Now going into game 1, these third string guys are like, this might be my shot.
And these third string guys, let's be honest. I mean, going back to what Kenny had said last week, that the second and third team guys are different than they've been in the past at ASU. These guys are competitive. These guys are talented. And they would be starting at some universities across the country. So you best believe that those 2s get in, those 3s get in. It is 100% still going to be an ass kicking.
God, AJE is going to do something, isn't he?
Probably.
He's going to do something.
There's everybody
Jeff
is going to do
Sims,
something, bro. Jeff Sims
100 yards in the
too.
air, 50 yards on the ground.
There's a lot to be excited about.
Derek
if you're an Arizona
Eusebio,
State
4
fan.
touchdowns.
I'm here for it. Maybe Zechariah Sample getting in there
Getting 3.
as well. I'm here.
Okay, right now. Right now.
We're doing this August 4th, huh?
Right now. How many points does Arizona State score week 1?
Whole team, like
the final score.
Final score.
We'll
I'm gonna
just
go.
say
I'm gonna go
Arizona State.
63-0.
63-0. How many points do they have at halftime?
42. Yeah. They're gonna have a lot of points at halftime.
I want them to like EA college football on easy mode.
They
Put up
should.
117.
I mean, if we're starting a post game show in a few weeks and the final score is 63-0, I'll tell you what, I'm drinking heavily on this show.
It doesn't take much to get us to drink on a post game show.
63-0, dude.
Yes, 63-0.
Come on now. What are we talking about here?
Absolutely insane. But like back to kind of the big picture stuff here. Like you have to take care of business in the first 3 weeks. If you're going to be a top 11 team, there's zero competition in your first 3 weeks.
Correct.
for you to look at and say like there should even be a remotely close game, right? Like you look last year, you look at Texas Tech or Texas State, how they were up at half and Arizona State had to fire back, or against Mississippi State and they make a run at the end and you kind of have to put them away through some pretty clutch plays by Cam Scannaboo, right? Obviously week 1 against Wyoming was basically
a blowout.
Yes. It was Camp T part 2. But when you look at all of that and you say, okay, well that's great that they started off 3-0, right? This season 3-0 is like literally the benchmark.
Yeah, it's
you can't even come close to sniffing 2-1.
No, and that's again right. Like that comes with the expectations of what you did last year. And I know the team looks beyond expectations. They don't acknowledge them. It is what it is. But like that is the reality of the situation when we're talking about a program that is a defending conference for like a Power 4 conference champion. A CFP team last year returns quarterback, returns wide receiver, returns pretty much the entire defense, adds good pieces. Yeah, that's the standard, is that you whoop up on the 3 teams that you have in non-con. You got a team in NAU that practice in the woods. You got a team the second week that is projected to be the worst team in the SEC.
Yeah.
Yes, you have them on the road. Still, you should.
Yes, they've changed a lot.
You should beat their ass.
Still.
That's the
Again,
standard.
you're not just like a good team. You're supposed to be a great team.
You are.
There are only supposed to be a literal handful of teams that going into the week can beat you if you played them. And it's like, it should still be a toss-up.
100%.
Right? Like the team that you played in the college football playoffs last year is the number 1 team in the country, and you took them to overtime, and it was dead close.
Yeah.
Right? Like this is something where also understanding that Arizona State does not have the pedigree of a lot of these SEC teams or the conference bias that they benefit from, right?
Yeah.
Or the Big Ten, which means that if you're looking at like the top 15 teams, is there a team in there besides Arizona State that people are going to have like less benefit of the doubt for? Like if LSU starts off a little colder than usual, if Alabama starts off a little colder than usual, if Clemson starts off a little colder than usual, right? I'm not saying that people are going to ignore it, but they're certainly going to get more of like, it's Clemson.
Yeah, they'll have a little grace.
It's LSU. It's Alabama. It'll be fine. I think that nationally, when it comes to AP top 25, anybody's top 25 rankings, they're going to probably be looking for ways to knock Arizona State down more so than put them up, because there's like this preconceived notion of they're not a blue blood. They're not a certified contender. So if they give us any reason to doubt, I'm going to latch on to that. Like, I think that they're going to be a team that people look at and say, there's no margin for error for you to continue to get praise like this.
Yeah, I think ASU at 11, I think Illinois at 12, and I think SMU at 16 are all options for teams that are going to really have to start the season off strong. Otherwise, they're going to kind of fall down the footsteps of these polls, which say what you want. I know Kenny sarcastically bringing it up at in the cold open of like, we should just go off these polls, right? They're always 100% correct. But they do matter, right? Like these polls, maybe not the coaches poll, but when you do get to the AP top 25, like that poll does matter when you get to certain points in the season. And they matter for recruits. They matter for transfers. They matter with like leading up to the CFP, right? Like,
well, and I think that's the big part is now the CFP, like, they're going to be kind of fighting to get a good seeding because you're not going to get automatically top 4 if you win your conference. And being somebody that's been in the top 25 or been in the top 10 or been in the top 15 all year versus a team like ASU that got hot late, like there's a difference in opinion. If Arizona State starts 2-2, I bet they're out of the top 25.
If they start 2-2, they should be out of the top 25.
But I think there are a lot of teams that if they started off like that, they probably wouldn't be dropped all the way out. They'd be in like the 20s.
They'd probably be in the late 20s. But yeah, if ASU somehow starts the season 2-2, that means you lost 2 games to either NAU, Mississippi State, Texas State, and Baylor.
It's like if you start 2-0 and then lose 2 straight, would be probably the only likely
it would be.
option.
You shouldn't. You absolutely should not be in a situation where you are 2-2. And I know there's some folks in the chat that are bringing up some of those big games that you have week 1 and week 2. There is certainly going to be opportunity for Arizona State to do the opposite of what we've discussed and climb that pole.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
There are a lot of teams that don't necessarily have cakewalk games. Obviously, Little in the chat bringing up Texas and Ohio State, game 1. You've got Kansas State and Iowa State. I know that's a little bit of a further down game, but a big Big 12 game.
I mean, that has that has Big 12 championship implications.
Yeah.
But that doesn't count as a Big 12
I don't know.
game.
Somebody in the chat
right?
a couple of weeks ago had said that it did or that it didn't. I'm not 100%
Well, because
sure.
I know that Kansas State and Arizona played last year in non-con, but it was technically like, two teams in
I'll
the
have to
conference
look
playing,
it
but
up.
it was scheduled before.
Yeah.
But I think this is different.
It might be. I'm not 100% sure. I do want to get to some of the comments in the chat. There was somebody talking about the SEC bias. I think it was Glenn saying if ASU was in the SEC, we'd be top 5 with Levitt and Tyson, right? Like, it's the give and take of being in the Big 12. But the Big 12, I will say, did get a decent amount of respect here in this coach's preseason poll, given that you do have as many teams as you do. One of those teams in BYU that I don't think should be in this top 25. Not to mention, if you look outside the top 25, other teams receiving votes include Utah with 86, Baylor with 76, TCU with 24. You also have Colorado in there with 12 and Kansas with 6. So
Utah getting a lot.
You have a lot. Utah is they could see themselves in the AP top 25, like the preseason. I could see them being 25 or 24. Just given the way that people love them as a program. But overall, man, like the Big 12 definitely getting some respect, especially in the late 20s here, right? With Tech, BYU, Iowa State, and Kansas State at 20. So it's certainly some interesting stuff. I do want to get your thoughts on the rest of the Big 12 and how that kind of trickled out. And maybe if there are teams that should be higher, if there are any that should be lower, we'll 100% get into the observations from camp today. We've got sound from Kenny Dillingham that you're definitely going to want to stick around for. Also, wanted to shout out Machiavelli in the chat saying Devils ranked number 11 in the preseason poll. Also, Totri still ranked number 1 in the hearts of loyal ASU fans. I appreciate you. Machiavelli, also known as Tupac Shakur. So
wow,
yeah,
he's back.
Yeah, he is back, and he is.
And he's a fan
chat.
of you.
He's a fan. Well, he's just a fan of the Devs, right? Like that's important stuff.
But I mean, you're number 1 in the heart.
You're right. Tupac Shakur,
in Tupac's heart,
and me. We're like this.
Are you?
Yeah, we are. We are. We'll talk about it later. Yeah.
After this break?
Yeah, we can talk about it after the break.
I'm really sorry for this. If Tupac was still alive, he would want to go to Phoenix Raceway because he would want to witness 4 champions crowned. And guess what? Less than 4 days. I'm talking 3 days. We all love going to sporting events here in the Valley, ASU football games, Suns basketball games, Cardinals games. But I'll tell you this, if you have not experienced NASCAR at Phoenix Raceway, you are missing out. It is a completely different type of experience. Not only can you get all the fun stuff, right? The pre-race concert, all the fun merchandise, or if you upgrade and you're in the Desert Diamond infield experience, you're meeting the drivers and up close to the garage. But at the end of the day, you're seeing cars roar by at almost 200 miles per hour and just smelling that fuel and the rubber burning. Oh, I want to be there right now. Look how
excited this man is.
I want to be there right now, and don't miss your chance to witness NASCAR's Championship Weekend in person, coming to Phoenix Raceway October 31st through November 2nd. Tickets, hospitality upgrades are still available. Get yours now at phoenixraceway.com. Check out our show notes for details.
I don't know if you guys know this. Just open your door real quick, go outside. It's hot as hell. There's not a single day this week where the high isn't in the hundreds here in the Valley, so it is super, super important that you manage your AC unit, specifically your smart thermostat with APS, to cool down your house. And then when you're not there, turn it up a little bit and save some money. If you're on the APS time of use plan, you can use your smartphone or device to automatically adjust the thermostat to take advantage of lower cost off-peak hours. I know I've got a smart thermostat in my house. I know Rubus has one as well. He talks about living the luxurious, lazy life in bed and being able to change the temperature of the AC.
Nice.
I mean, it's great not having to get up, guys. And look, if you're not on a time of use plan, you could still save with a smart thermostat. For every 1 degree you raise your thermostat, you could save up to 2 to 3% on your cooling costs. But what if you're not home? No problem. Adjust your smart thermostat anytime from anywhere with your smartphone or device. APS customers may be eligible for smart thermostats for as low as $0 when you enroll in the APS Cool Rewards program. If you already have a smart thermostat at home, see if it's eligible to enroll in Cool Rewards. Plus, free install is available at marketplace.aps.com. Must be an APS customer and pay shipping and taxes. Other restrictions apply. Go to marketplace.aps.com for more information. Jacob White, appreciate you. Also says, welcome back, Jose. I mean, how was the vacay, man?
It was great.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Not as great as fall camp, but
no, I did have some FOMO for sure.
Yeah.
But Camp T this weekend, I think, is gonna
be a blast.
solve
You,
that.
me, and the deli man. Huh?
I mean, wow. What's better than that? Vacation.
Yeah,
No.
vacation, payday, a milkshake.
That's wow. I mean, that's rude.
Yeah.
The first two, I'm like, I hear you. Milkshake?
A good milkshake?
But we can get a milkshake like together.
A good milkshake?
We can do that together.
A good milkshake.
I think what we need to do is we need to go to fall camp and
then go get a milkshake. Milkshake, like, and then break down what we saw from the Camp T
live
scrimmage.
breakdown while drinking a milkshake.
Yeah, it sounds like a brain freeze waiting to happen, to be
Yes.
honest with you. Or a segment that could come to life.
Yeah, I mean, we ate Frosties on the show. What's
We
a
did
milkshake?
do that. That's a lot of fun. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button, you drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. Before we hop into what was going on at camp today and what Dilly had to say about it, Rubus, those handful of teams at the bottom
others.
of the preseason coaches poll: Kansas State at 20, Iowa State at 21, BYU at 23, Tech at 24. Is this what we expected? Did somebody get left out? Should somebody have been higher? And is there question marks around why BYU is even here?
Yeah.
All of the above?
Well, look. Kansas State,
Sure.
not surprised, right? I mean, third consecutive season, Kansas State's been ranked in the initial poll. So coaches love Kansas State.
They do.
National
just
media,
the people love Kansas
love
State, man.
Kansas State. What is it? The purple?
Yeah, it is the purple.
It's
I was
gotta
going
be
to
the
say it was the
purple.
purple, but you beat me to it. I
Yeah.
mean, who doesn't love a purple team, right?
Yeah. Conference's longest active streak in the coaches poll, Iowa State, 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's like, okay, they love Iowa State. Yeah.
yeah.
16 is kind of nuts, which I don't even believe, but that's what the
You
Big
don't
12
believe it?
That's what the Big 12 email says.
Big 12, they're lying.
Yeah, and Texas Tech I think is interesting. But
Understandable.
But BYU is like,
Yeah, I
what the
don't
hell
get
is
it.
a polar bear doing in Arlington?
Yeah, I don't
Like,
really
what are
understand
what
that
are we
one.
doing here? You know, and no disrespect, I like Kalani, right? And I think BYU will be a okay team, but they lost their starting quarterback, you know, and they've lost a couple other key players.
Yeah, their defense got worse.
They didn't make like a crazy splash in the transfer portal. And as much as I want to believe in a Bourget under center, you know, like you just don't know at this point. Like it's a complete unknown.
I feel like we do know, though. I feel like we
And they
know
lost
that this team is going to be kind of mid.
They lost their All-American kick returner too.
Yeah, I really don't understand it. I wish that, you know, the voters would sit in front of me and explain it to me like I'm a 4-year-old, because I don't understand. I don't know what it is.
Money under the table like AJ DeBase.
Is that what it was? Like you just had to pay all these coaches off? Like I don't see. I'm desperately looking for Kalani Sitake's name on this list of voters. I don't see it.
You're looking for his name
I'm
on the
seeing
list
if
of
he
voters?
voted for himself and for the Cougs here, because like it doesn't make a ton of sense to me. You lose Jake Retzloff to Tulane because of the whole, you know, code of conduct situation. Your defense, you lost a lot of talent there, so you got worse.
Tulane's coach voted.
On both sides of the ball. Maybe that was part of the exchange.
Yeah,
Tulane had to vote
Yeah.
for BYU to still be in the poll, and they'll
Willie
get Jake
Fritz
Retzloff.
voted. Jed Fish voted.
Joey McGuire voted, Texas Tech's coach in there.
Can you vote for your own team?
I'm sure you can. I'm absolutely sure you can vote for your own team. Or maybe you can't. Maybe you can. I don't know. Regardless, I don't see a world where BYU deserves to be in this top 25. I certainly don't see a world where they should be getting more votes than Utah or Baylor or TCU. Like it blows my mind. I'm fine with Tech. I'm fine with Iowa State. I think Kansas State, you could make an argument, maybe should be a little bit higher than some of the other teams.
I think they need to earn it. I think with the Avery Johnson potential for sure. But
you could still look though, like let's outside of ASU quickly from 12 to 19, the teams in between Kansas State here. Illinois, I don't buy. I haven't bought them the entire offseason, but you know, everybody else apparently loves a middle of the pack Big Ten team more than I do. South Carolina, I understand. You got Lenore Sellers, you got a lot of talent there. Michigan, yeah, we're putting all our eggs into Bryce Underwood, the freshman quarterback there. So that's a question mark, right? Ole Miss, you lost Jackson Dart, you lost Trey Harris. Like you lost a lot of your offensive talent. We'll see what they are. SMU, was it a one and done flash in the pan situation, or are the Mustangs for real in the ACC? DJ Lagway, I know people love you, but you got to show me what you're actually capable of for an entire season in the SEC, because last year, let's be honest, the Gators were Tennessee, I'm going to leave you left you, right? Like this team definitely got worse. Indiana, you got the coach of the year from last year, Kurt Cignetti. So I'm fine with y'all being where you're at. But you could make an argument that Kansas State is better than a handful of those teams, given the fact that they at least return their quarterback. They at least return their head coach.
who are they better than?
I do not like Illinois, dude.
I know you
I
don't.
do not like Illinois.
I know you don't.
Like, I just do not understand it. Maybe they'll show up week 1. They'll prove me wrong. But I really do not understand the hype around.
Is that the only team
Illinois.
that you look at that you're like, for sure? Like South Carolina or Kansas State?
South Carolina.
Michigan or Kansas State?
Kansas State.
Ole Miss or Kansas State?
Kansas State.
SMU or Kansas State? So you have Kansas State as like the 13th or 14th best team in the country.
14 fits. 14, I could live with 14. If this is where the list is at, right? And I would put ASU at 10 and I'd put Miami a little bit lower. But like, if we're just going based off of what we've seen, and again, I know there's more that goes into it, but like, that's just, there's a reason I'm not a coach in college football and I don't get a vote here.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
One
yet.
day. One day,
You'll
man.
get there. Lots of Big 12 coaches in here. You got like a Dave Aranda.
No Dilly, though.
Sonny Dykes. No, I mean, he's 2 right.
Yeah. He had no idea the poll even came out today.
They probably invited him and it got lost.
He was like, nah, yeah, I'm good.
He had no clue that he got asked.
Kent took the mail.
Kent
did it.
Kent voted for Illinois?
No, I think Kent voted for he just put ASU for every single one of them. Yeah.
Dada. For each one.
Yeah, he put,
Dada.
That's 100% what Kent Dillingham did there.
Texas Tech biggest team that could jump if it all clicks, or is it? Like
are we talking in the conference? Or are we just
talking,
talking,
or are we talking like is somebody off of the top 25?
If you want like
a Baylor
hot take, TCU.
Yeah, where did they? You have they have got votes?
They
right?
got 24 votes.
They got 24
TCU
votes.
got 24 votes.
Georgia Tech 27. Those are my guys.
Which is kind of crazy that they didn't. I thought
they didn't make it.
Yeah, I thought
they're
they
not
would
even
be
close.
I mean, realistically, if we're
votes.
looking at TCU schedule here, like they're at North Carolina, they got Bill Belichick to open the year on the road. That's a big game. Let's say you win that game against an SEC or a ACC team. Then you got Abilene Christian. You should blow them out of the water.
Well,
then you're
last year.
Yeah. Well, then you're at home against SMU, a team that should be ranked.
That was Tech last year.
Tech is the ones. Yeah. So we're talking if you're 3-0 there. Like, those aren't like gimme games.
Yeah, and you have a quarterback that the nation could fall in love with.
And then you got ASU on the road September 22nd.
If they beat
26th.
ASU, which they won't.
They got a tough schedule, dude. That starting Friday, September 26th is that game against ASU. After that, they've got Colorado, then Kansas State, then Baylor, then West Virginia, then Iowa
schedule.
State. They're going to play all of the big boy teams in
That's
this
a tough
conference this
schedule.
year.
You know, and this means that they're going to be good. But you want to know who I don't believe in? Utah?
Yeah.
not to the level that seemingly other people are.
I mean, I'm fine with them being not in it. But they're going to be a good, there's no way Whittingham is bad
Devin
again.
Pierre's tiny. A little guy.
He's tiny, so?
He's a little guy.
What are you saying, huh? What are you saying?
If you were the quarterback of the Utah Utes, I wouldn't
But
believe.
I'm not the quarterback of the Utah Utes.
You're taller than him.
I'm not taller than him. There's no way I'm taller than Devin Dampier. I wish I was. Devin Dampier he's a good quarterback. I
think they're going to be fine. I just don't know if they're going to be like top. Like when you said preseason top 25, I was like,
I think they could be 25. I'm not saying they should be 15 here. I'm saying like I could see them being 25, 24, and I wouldn't lose sleep over it. Right? They still got one of the best coaches in college football history in Kyle Whittingham. Right? Easily the best coach in that program.
and they had him last year.
Yeah. They also had a
And they
grandpa.
also had the ghost of Cam Rising.
Yeah. Like, come on, man. Like,
I don't know. And,
I like him more than I like BYU.
That's fair. That's fair. And here's the thing with Utah is last year I'm like, oh, Utah's the safest pick to win the conference, and then they sucked. This year I'm like, yeah, I don't believe those MFers are going to be a top 3 team in the conference. Like that's just how it's going to go.
Call it as
for
it
sure.
is,
That's
man.
just how it's going to go.
Goodness gracious. Guys, head to the comments. Let us know what you think of ASU at number 11.
Who do you think is taller, Devin Dampier or Anthony Totri?
Yeah, sure.
It's
Let
Anthony
us
Totri.
know in the
Devin Dampier listed at 5'11".
5'11". He's lying. He's
Yeah,
lying.
no,
Utah's
I
lying.
stood next to Devin Dampier.
He's not 5'11".
He's not 5'11".
So,
On
man,
his
I'm
tippy
surprised.
toes.
I'm surprised he didn't lie and just put 6 foot. If you're gonna lie
Yeah.
about 5'11", dude, just
Come
put
on,
6
dude. Just
foot.
round up.
Just round up.
I
Put
mean, that's
6
like
foot.
tippy toes and helmets on.
Yeah, come on,
like,
man. Like,
you know,
that's-
I stood next to Devin
Be
Dampier at Media Day. He is not 5'11".
My goodness.
That dude's like 5'9".
Yes, I give him
5'9".
I give him 5'9".
5'9".
Yeah, 100%. Look, if ASU is going to be a top 15, top 10 team in the country this year, we know it's going to take both that offense and defense. And the offense today at Arizona State's practice ripped off some big chunk plays today. Kanye Udo had himself a big run. Kyson Brown ripped off a nice one. Raleek Brown with a 60-yard touchdown on during team period. At the end of practice today, Dilly was asked about the explosiveness today, but just overall, really the fireworks on this offense and kind of how it compares to last year's group.
Yeah, a lot of speed. I've said that from the start of camp. I think, we have a chance to be a more explosive offense this year. We weren't overly explosive last year at times. We were methodical. I think this year we have a chance to be more explosive.
Methodically explosive.
Methodically explosive? Can you be both of those?
Yeah, methodically explosive is like explosive when the moment's right. Like you don't, if you're playing Madden or college football against somebody and that they're going for it every time. They're going 10 to 25 yards out plus, and you're like, this guy's not going to run the ball, right? They're just going for the explosive plays, right? Or you got somebody who keeps you honest. They're running the ball, they're checking down, and bang, they're explosive, right? They're methodically explosive.
Oh, goodness, Glenn. You are something sometimes, man. Look, I think to rip kind of off what Dilly was saying there, like just, again, going to some of the players that we saw today rip off some big plays or just overall big plays. And I don't want to say it as in if like the defense was bad today, because I didn't think the defense was bad by any means today.
It's funny how like the first like conversation about like team practices and scrimmages is like, man, this defense is suffocating. It's like, is the offense bad? And the offense does something good. It's like, well, is the defense bad?
It is crazy, right? Because like, again, all three of the running backs looked really, really good today. Kamari Anderson continues to be somebody on offense that I'm like, you're going to have a bigger role than people think you are on the outside. Shaman's obviously Shaman. Jaron Hamilton and Jalen Moss both feasted today at practice, right? And that's without even like talking about Jordan Tyson. All those guys on offense did what they needed to do and what we expect them to do. Malik McClain ripped off. He took a 3-yard hitch for a 60-yard touchdown on the first play of team today. Like,
that's my guy.
These are the types of plays that you're going to be getting this year. And it's just like, that's for me why it's like, you know what, like I can buy into the top 11, top 10, like, or top 5 team. If all things go according to plan, then it's like, yeah, you see it. You 100% see the explosiveness. And Dilly's right. This team wasn't necessarily explosive last year, right? They had their moments, specifically, I think, on like 4th down, where it's like, they're going to run the ball, right? It's 4th and 1.
They had explosive moments, but like explosive plays. Like, yeah, Cam Scatterbu would like stay on balance,
take out
10 plus yards,
remove
pass
Cam
where he needed
Scatterbu.
But like even Scat wasn't like a 60-yard touchdown.
No, it was death
right?
by 100 carries.
He himself was methodically explosive.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
That's exactly what it was.
But as a team, sure, you had a couple big passing plays to Jordan Tyson. Right, but
even then, like, think about it. Go back and think about it. Do any stick
like,
in your head?
Not doing like a 70-yard reception.
No, because it
down
didn't
the
happen.
field. And also, part of the reason why plays like that can happen is because there has to be attention diverted somewhere else.
Yeah.
And when you talk about like, hey man, like Jaron Hamilton and Jalen Moss were explosive, and the 3 running backs, they ran off good plays. Malik McClain was on the outside, and he had a good play as well. Like, and all of that is happening. Plus Kamari, plus AJ, plus Shaman. Plus, Sam Levitt can run.
Plus, hey, Jordan Tyson's still here.
Hey, by the way, we forgot. Maybe the best wide receiver in the country is out there running on the outside.
Yeah.
One of the best quarterbacks in the country just hit him, and now he's going for
Or
70.
he decides, Sam says, screw it, I'll just do it myself.
Well, Sam is, and I think when we look at the running back room, I think it's funny because it's like they have a 4th running back. His name is Sam Levitt.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, they maybe don't have a singularly as consistently explosive player like Cam Scatterbu. It's hard to find those types of players, but the explosive depth on this team. And when you look at anybody in that top 10, go back to the coaches poll and look at anybody in the top 10. You cannot tell me they don't have a deep team. You have to have a deep team.
They do have a deep team, but that's something that even then, like, national media isn't discussing, right? Like, this is a very, very deep team, and that's part of the reason why you had 10 NFL teams out there today watching the Arizona State Sundowns.
You let them know that, they could come find me if they want to see me kick on the side, but I wasn't out there today.
I introduced myself, and they said, are you here to talk about Erik Ruby? I said I was, and they immediately
just laughed.
Yeah, they immediately left practice. So that's tough. But look, Dilly had an interesting comment from practice today about the scouts and about kind of the standard at Arizona State. We'll play it for you guys on the other side of this quick break.
Sharon making a great point in the chat saying, ready for August 30th to be here.
Let's go!
And if you don't have your tickets for August 30th, you can get them at Game Time. Listen, I have used Game Time multiple times, but not just for sporting event tickets. Like I saw Kevin Durant reach the 30,000 career point mark, ironically enough, against the Memphis Grizzlies. I bought tickets to a couple concerts through Game Time. Saw The Weeknd at State Farm Stadium, right? Like, Game Time is the best because I like to procrastinate. But even if I'm not procrastinating and getting the best price on Game Time, I'm still getting all-inclusive pricing. I'm still seeing the view from my seat. You know, you can get a ton with Game Time. They even have the lowest price guarantee, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. And I've tried to get them to do that, but I can't find cheaper tickets than Game Time. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply, but again, create an account, redeem code PHNX for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
This is your daily reminder to stop at the nearest Circle K near you. And
I did today.
I'm sure there's one right by you. Literally, it feels like there's a circle.
You're right.
Yeah, upside down, maybe up, down,
Over there?
Yeah,
Circle K
everywhere.
is on where I
Circle
was on my
K is
vacation.
literally everywhere. They're helping you save money every single day with Inner Circle. It's their free membership program. That's right, I said free membership program. Super easy to get enrolled. Go to the App Store, download the app, email, phone number, boom. That's it. Next time you pull up to the pump, type in your phone number, and you're going to start saving money. Well, what are those deals? Well, you guys can save 25 cents per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups, and you guys can save money every single day after that. Not to mention, they got deals on snacks, on drinks, of course, the deals on gas. They have a ton to offer you guys. Make sure you take advantage by joining the Inner Circle app, or joining Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. Again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. We are nearly 25 days away from kickoff in Tempe, man.
We're there. Basically.
We're pretty much there. We're pretty much there. The next 20 days are going to take. It's still going to take forever.
I know, but here's the thing: is like, think about how many 20-day segments we've gone through since January.
Yeah,
bro. The last post game we did was January 1st.
That first "it's time" is going to go crazy.
It's time. Okay.
It's going to go wild.
Can I say something real quick, though?
You can.
I don't know if it was just like I was gone for a while. Did it get hotter in here? I'm sweating.
Yeah.
And I don't usually sweat
I think
during
it's
these
just
shows.
the vibes, man. It's just we're spicy today. That's all
But
it is.
no, the thing is,
It's
we're
the
not
chemistry.
even that.
It's
but
the
we're
chemistry.
not even that spicy.
The heat
today.
is just radiating,
We're back.
man.
Spark is
Yeah,
back.
that's what it
no,
is.
but here's the thing: is like it's it's happened before. Not the first time we've had a good show, but like it feels a little hotter. And I'm looking over like the AC, and I'm
well,
like,
we got an extra one of these guys in here.
no, but still, I had not a lot of body mass. They're not like big dudes. And it's like, I'm looking at the AC, it's like the same temperature, but it doesn't feel like it. So I don't know. It's like, am I having like a hot flash?
I think lights are
like,
brighter.
Am I going through a moment?
Lights are brighter. You're back.
I'm
first
just not
show.
used to
I think
this.
you're nervous. I think it's nerves.
I think I fell out of rhythm.
I think it's nerves.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, look, guys, getting back to practice, like I said, 10 NFL teams, 11 scouts. I believe the Steelers had 2 scouts out there today.
Double up, one to watch Sam, one to watch Jordan.
There were just a ridiculous number of NFL teams in attendance. The Los Angeles Chargers, Carolina Panthers, Houston Texans, Cleveland Browns, Baltimore Ravens, Arizona Cardinals, Jacksonville Jaguars, Buffalo Bills, Dallas Cowboys, and again, the Pittsburgh Steelers were in attendance for today's practice. So Dilly was asked, just, what's the importance of this? What does this kind of mean to the program to have so many NFL teams out at a fall camp practice? And this is what Dilly had to say about it.
Yeah, they should. They deserve it. That's how it should be here, right? This should be a normal day. There should be people coming to watch our guys. We should build a standard that this is a place that you come to. This is a place you stop at. It's nice that they're coming. Then they leave in one day. The teams that compete for national championships consistently, scouts stay for 2 days, right? Not one day. When we got here, they didn't show up. Last year, they showed up a little. This year, they're showing up more, right? How do we get to a point where they're staying 2 days? And it takes 2 days to evaluate our team. We're nowhere near that yet. We're still growing in terms of a program, in terms of a depth. A lot of our young guys, hopefully in about a couple of years, when our young depth and our young group is older, we're a young team still. When it comes to the depth of our team. If the depth of our team was older, they may be staying 2 days right now. But the depth of our team is younger, so they get to look at our older guys, and really cool to hear them talk about our guys and talk about, well, this school used to say this about them. And I'm like, well, you can just erase that. because that's not this kid. So anything you heard negative about this kid in the past, and I know he was off your draft board, you need to erase that, because that's not the kid you're going to get. You're going to get a kid who's a good person, who's going to make good decisions, who's going to have a lot of fun working his butt off. So it's fun to talk to the scouts and get what the last school or the old school were saying, and try to explain to them that this isn't the same kid. This kid has grown up. This kid loves the game. This kid would be great in your organization.
Yeah. Listen, only Kenneth Dillingham
call him Kenneth.
Could take having like double-digit scouts basically at your practice and be like, I only stayed for one day. I love this guy. Like, come on. Like, he's right. Like, it's not that he's right. Wrong. Like,
he's
and
right.
That's the thing is like, he's right.
Yeah.
But it's like, Totri, how many NFL scouts were at fall camp at this point last year?
Maybe one team.
I remember being during the season and up at games and stuff, and slowly you started seeing more dudes and team issued polos showing up. Like, having that many here is such a good indicator for the program, but only Kenny Dillingham would go out and be like, yeah, but they're not staying for 2 days.
I talked to several folks out there that have been with ASU or have been around Arizona State football for some time, and they all said that this was the most NFL scouts that they have ever seen at an ASU practice for fall camp.
And the thing is, like, it's so funny because outside of this, people be like, oh, well, they don't have Cam Scatterboot.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the team's screwed. It's like, you would think that if they were screwed without Cam Scatterboot,
that you wouldn't have 11 scouts there today.
The people who know football, who run football organizations, or at least their input is in there, are showing up
and
in
they
mass.
They were talking to a bunch of the different coaches, right? They were talking to Hines Ward off the top. Of course, you could make, guesses and inferences that it's about Jordan Tyson, maybe Jalen Moss. They were talking to AJ Cooper, the linebackers coach at ASU, after practice. Again, you can make inferences on Keyshawn Elliott, Jordan Crook, some of these other guys. Like, there are a lot of NFL caliber players on this roster. The Bills scout was spending some time looking at CJ Fight and Clayton Smith at the start of practice.
Oh, CJ Fight is such a Bill.
He
will jump through
I texted Sean DePaz, and he was like, I need that jersey.
Yeah.
I need a CJ Fight in a Buffalo Bills jersey, 1,000%.
And also, not that I think that this team needed a lot of extra motivation, but I mean, you heard Kenny after a practice being like, yeah, if you're okay going like, 6 and 7, like that's fine. You just practice like that. Like, that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah. He said it was, what did he say, Ayrton? He said it was a bad practice for a good team. Yeah, it was an average practice for an average team.
Yeah.
And he's like, there's no shame in going 3-9. Like, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah,
like,
it's just so funny.
It's like the most crazy quote I've ever heard.
It's so funny.
Like, what are we talking about here, Coach?
It's like when, obviously, he's pushing his team to practice harder, but subconsciously, if you are one of these guys that is eligible for the NFL draft next year, or you want to be somebody that scouts take notice of this year, and then they come back next year for 2 days to watch you.
Yeah.
Right? When you know that there are like scouts from all over the NFL who are here watching your practice, it's gonna push you a little harder.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right?
100%.
Like if they're like, hey, like, Totri will give you, a $10,000 bonus. We're just gonna have somebody sit there and watch your podcast.
Yeah, by all means,
right?
let's fill the room up.
You're gonna podcast a little harder.
Let's fill the room up, dude.
Let's get them all
Let's
in there.
go.
I don't know, it's kind of hot in here. Can they wait outside?
No, for 10 dance?
Can they wait outside?
No, we could have them sitting right here if they want
they
to.
can sit on my lap.
Yeah, I don't care. I do not. I'll have one on each knee if that's what it takes. Come on now, you let me know.
Anyway, it's like it's gonna make you practice a little harder.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Even if you were already giving it your all, like subconsciously you're gonna push yourself a little bit more when it's like, man, like Pittsburgh Steelers.
And we saw it today. We saw it today 100% from guys.
You felt there was a little bit extra in the air.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think there were some players that thrive in the moments, and there are some that maybe shrink a little bit. And I think one of the players that continues to surprise me and stand out practice after practice is Zechariah Sample. Zechariah Sample, there are a lot of people that want to talk about the wide receivers at Arizona State, and Zechariah Sample is not in the first 5 names that are brought up, right? It's Jordan Tyson. It's Malik McClain. It is Jalen Moss. It's Jaron Hamilton. It is Noble Johnson, right? All before you even think about getting to Zechariah Sample, and it's not a guarantee that he is 6. But this guy is aside from what he's doing on the field, that is impressive to me, where it feels like this is somebody, and I'm saying this now when he's a redshirt freshman. So come back to this clip 2 years from now and hit the like button because I'm right on it, okay?
If you're watching this in 2028.
Zechariah Sample has NFL talent.
Okay.
He does have NFL talent. Do I think that you are going to see Zechariah Sample a ton this season? Probably not, because of those 5 guys that I listed above that. But Zechariah Sample is somebody that should be earning money going into next offseason to be retained at Arizona State because he's that talented. There is somebody, going back to what we saw at practice today, right? There was a moment, and this, mind you, it's 110 degrees outside, right? They're practicing. It's hot as hell.
Yeah.
They've got this shade now, right? Like little canopies almost, where about halfway through practice, they'll go under them. They've got electrolytes. They've got like otter pop type things to cool them down, and they've got water, right? Like a solid 5-minute break.
Are they otter pop type things, or are they otter pops?
I couldn't get. I don't have my binoculars on.
I need.
I'll get back and I'll let you know on that.
Because that means I'm going to ask every single player what their favorite flavor of
I
otter
mean,
pop.
that's
Could you imagine we're in Camp T and I just walk
What's
up
your
and I'm
favorite
like,
otter pop
no,
flavor?
I'm just like, can I have one?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put it
You
past
think they would
you.
give it to me?
No, absolutely not.
I feel like depending on who was there.
It depends on which player it was.
If X was standing there and I said, "Yo, X, can you grab me an otter pop?" X would
Yeah,
do
he'd
it.
probably
X
grab
would
you.
do it.
Yeah, he'd probably grab you an otter pop. But
Anyway,
like,
sorry.
so all this is happening, right? Like they're all taking a break. Coaches included, everybody. They're talking, chatting, whatever. And Zechariah Sample is by one of like the big pillars, not under the shade.
Yeah.
He's stretching, staying loose, staying warm. And he's got an assistant coach next to him, rattling off formations and plays. And Sample is responding with his responsibility on said play, while still stretching, warming up
During
all that
the
stuff.
off time.
During the off time,
During
when
your
you're
break
not,
period.
when everybody else is over there getting water, electrolytes, doing their thing, Zechariah Sample is spending an extra 5 minutes during practice getting mental reps. Right? Those are little things that like they maybe don't seem like a lot, but when you are a redshirt sophomore and Jordan Tyson's gone, and this team needs a new star-studded wide receiver, it's those mental reps that ultimately show up big.
Sure.
And then you go into the bubble and they're practicing. Who catches a diving 50-yard catch? Literally lays out and catches it in front of a Pittsburgh Steelers scout and a Buffalo Bill scout. It's Zechariah Sample.
Well, and that's also the thing is like, if you earn it, you're gonna play on this team.
Yeah.
Right. But also when you look at how good this program has now become, and if you are a part of it and you know that like next year you're going to need somebody, and if you are committed to the system and you show the coaches that you're all in and you're doing the extra work, when it is your time to play, you could have one great season of college football and now you're on the map.
Oh, yeah.
Like
100%.
you are on the map.
Look at Jordan Tyson.
Right, and that's exactly it, right? Like he sits out for a year because of injuries, right? Zechariah Sample redshirts here. So like he's out, right? So now he's coming back as a redshirt freshman. No promise of playing time, but also like, hey man, bleep happens.
Yeah.
Like stuff happens, man. And like if over the season, you know, your name gets called and you show that you're ready mentally, physically, like emotionally, and you step in and you make big plays. Like think about Caleb McCullough, obviously different years wise as far as like how much eligibility is left. But like Caleb McCullough steps in when not expected to and basically wins ASU that game.
Yeah.
Right? Like what if Zechariah Sample's called upon in week 10, you know, because something happens and he makes a massive play.
Yeah.
Right? You look at somebody like a Montana Warren who has spent 3 years in the system and is now starting in a pivotal role on this defense and is the only new starter rolling back from last year.
Yeah.
Right? Like you see people who have committed to the vision, who have committed to being here. And if you are a part of that and you think you're good enough, which hell, I'd hope you do, you know that eventually you will play. And that's a culture setting thing to see a guy like Zechariah Sample do that.
Yeah. I think, again, Zechariah Sample is going to be special, but there are a lot of Arizona State Sun Devils that folks in the national media think are going to be really, really good this year at Arizona State. One particular making a freak list, which we'll get into on the other side of our final break.
Speaking of freaks, how about some flooring freaks, huh? Empire today.
Oh, my goodness.
When I say flooring freaks, I mean dedicated flooring professionals, of course. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Yeah, my bad.
Listen, they focus on flooring every single day. We've all been in the big box stores, not just for flooring, but for anything. You kind of get lost in doing everything yourself. You don't want to bother people.
I
and
hate
then
the big box.
and they suck.
Yeah, they're horrible.
They suck. And the worst part is you don't save any money basically. And then they're like, oh yeah, you can go handle that yourself. Go find an installer, go install it yourself. Not with Empire Today. Listen, they pick the right flooring for you, the right colors for your space. They'll be in your home with a free estimate. And guess what? You get upfront all-inclusive pricing. Plus you can schedule installation as soon as the next day. Get your freak on. Get your freak on. With
Get your
Empire
floor
Today.
on.
Get your floor freak on. Schedule free and no estimate today because some things are just better off at home. PHNX listeners can receive a $350 off discount when using promo code PHNX. That's right, $350 off with discount code PHNX. Restrictions apply. Visit EmpireDay.com/PHNX for full details.
Look, you're going to need somewhere to put that extra $350, and there's no better place than Mountain America Credit Union. Of course, everybody needs a checking account, but Mountain America Credit Union, they're going the extra mile to give you guys some built-in benefits. The Mountain America's My Style checking account has perks just for you that you guys can enjoy. Restaurant deals, mobile phone protection, telehealth access, identity protection, loan rate discounts, offers on travel and events, and so much more. Ruby, do you know another bank that's offering these types of deals? It's because it just doesn't exist. Mountain America Credit Union is one of one. Make my style your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Make sure you visit macu.com/mystyle to apply. Insured by NCUA. Membership required based on eligibility. Some benefits require no cost registration/activation. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
Ready to get your freak on?
No, I'm ready to get my floor on.
No, it's freaking time.
No, it's okay.
Time to freak.
Yeah. Feldman's.
Wait. Oh, well, hold up. We probably don't
freaking?
have. Well, we probably don't still have the clip, do we? The Totri's football freak zone, because I feel like
if we do, I'm not sure Seth knows where it is. Yeah. Seth, we're gonna let you go. We're gonna. Bummer. Now, Bruce Feldman, he has his annual freak list where he gives off.
What is it? Come on, this is such a funny
I mean, it's look, in 2025, we probably need to change what the list is called. If we're being honest,
Bruce Feldman's ranking his top freaks.
Yeah. There's so many jokes in there, but I don't want to get it canceled, so we're just gonna continue to move on here. But there is a member of the Arizona State Sun Devils on Feldman's college football freak list for 2025, and it is none other than the reptilian himself, Clayton Smith. Of course, an Arizona State defensive end coming in at number 61 on this list. This is what Feldman says in the article about Clayton Smith, saying, quote, the former 5-star began his career at Oklahoma. He made 6 tackles for loss and 4.5 sacks last year and looks ready to make a bigger impact. The 6'4", 252-pound senior hit 22.1 miles per hour on the GPS with a max acceleration of 8.18, squatted 565 pounds, bench 335, clean 330. He's one of a trio of Sun Devils who each could have been on the freaks list. Star wideout Jordan Tyson at 6'2", 205, hit 22.8 miles per hour and bench pressed 335 pounds. And linebacker Keyshawn Elliott hit 22.42 miles per hour at 6'2", 234 pounds and power cleaned 360. These guys are all freaks.
22 miles per hour at 6'4", 252.
Can we talk about Clayton Smith squatting 565 pounds?
Sure.
Brother, 565 pounds?
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
And then to turn around and run 22 miles per hour.
What are we talking about? Yes, you're a freak. You're 100% a freak.
Bench 335.
You know how I know that Clayton Smith is a freak before Feldman put him on the freak list? This guy owns double-digit reptiles, man. Of course he's a freak. He's got snakes, turtles, lizards. Yeah, he's an animal.
Apparently he's gonna be hunting snakes at Camp T, and Espo has messaged us and says you guys need to go snake hunting.
Is
with
that
him
what
for
he said?
content. Yeah,
He
says his hook is already packed for this week's Camp T trip.
I mean, that would make for great content. With that said, I will not be going snake hunting
with Clayton Smith.
I'm just not going to go snake hunting.
What if he messaged you and said, Totri, I really want you to.
If Clayton Smith messaged me
and
said yes,
can we clip this?
If Clayton Smith says
we got to clip this.
Come snake hunting with me, then I'll go snake hunting.
Okay.
There is zero other way that is going to happen. I don't like reptiles.
No.
Me and reptiles,
They
we're
don't get
not
along?
good. We don't get along
What about
whatsoever.
rats?
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely
You
not.
sure?
Absolutely not.
Really?
I'm 100%
What about like a
positive.
ferret?
I know where you're going
What
with
about like a
all of this.
ferret?
I
What
know
about
where
like
you're
a
going with it.
ferret?
I'll just slide out. I'll let
I
you,
held a ferret over my vacation.
Well, that's weird.
I held
It's
a ferret in my
It's an
hands.
elongated squirrel. That's all
It was pretty cute.
Yeah, it's not. No,
It was pretty
no,
cute.
no.
Anyway, Clayton Smith, we talk about this defensive line and we talk about like defensive returners and everything like that. And sometimes he gets lost in the mix, right? But at the end of the day, he has all the potential.
He has every
in
trait
the
that you would
world.
want.
I mean, also, can we also just mention the fact that Jordan Tyson benches the same amount as Clayton Smith?
Yeah.
Can we talk? Can we talk about that for a second?
He bench. Yeah, that's crazy.
Jordan Tyson bench.
Yeah, that's why he's able
The
to block.
same
That's why
weight.
he's able to block the way he does.
He benched the same weight as a 6'4", 252-pound defensive lineman.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm taller than Jordan Tyson.
These guys are absolutely insane. And again, this is a major shout out. Like all these guys deserve the respect and love that they're getting. But again, Coach Joe, the strength and conditioning coach at ASU,
For sure.
who's been here through several different coaches in Tempe, deserves a lot of love for getting these guys and at least helping get these guys on the track that they want to be. Right. We heard Dilly talk about it last week. Jaron Hamilton's put on, I think, 16, 17 pounds since he's gotten here. While still being able to run at the speed that he does. We know Tyson's put on weight while running faster. Like for your edge rusher, former 5-star, to be squatting half 1,000 pounds out here,
a quarter a ton
is just is ridiculous. And it just again
Dude.
goes to show the hard work and just what this team is trying to do.
Who's on Anthony Totri's freak list for this team?
For this team specifically.
I know Malik McClain, of course, is on mine.
Yeah.
Malik McClain.
You're a Malik McClain apologist.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
He's had a great camp.
I know.
He's had a great camp.
I literally said. I predicted it.
Who is on my freak list, man? That's an interesting.
Who is in Anthony Totri's
But like, what's
football
the
freak zone?
what's the like, or is it just based off of this of like who's just like a freak athlete?
It's your own freak list, brother.
I don't know, brother.
That's
Like, I
okay,
don't- I
because
don't-
let's go ahead and get into
We're
the
going
Anthony
there
Totri
anyway.
football freak zone. You are now entering Anthony Totri's football freak zone.
We're so back. We're so back.
Haven't heard that in months.
We're so back, dude.
months.
Who is on my freak list? Last year, it was probably Marcus Douglas, just based off the fact that the dude was built like a rhinoceros
yeah.
playing tight end for this team. I'm
AJ
gonna-
Ia?
Yeah, AJE is definitely like. If I'm talking about a freak, though, we're talking about like. I'm gonna say Akeem Lineu.
That's fair.
Like,
yeah, he's like what 6'7"?
He's listed as 6'7". He's not 6'7". He's about six.
He's like Devin Dampier size.
No, he's like 6'6", 6'5", maybe. Like
He's not 6'7". He's 6'6".
a little bit taller than Malik McClain. But he's had some good plays out there.
You see
in
that
camp,
guy
too.
that transferred to Cal?
Which one?
And some random dude. He was like super skinny, and then like 6 months later, he's just like jacked.
Did you see what? Were you here when we went over what Brendan Sorsby looks like?
No.
Oh my goodness, brother!
We're gonna go into overtime for Brendan Sorsby?
Dude, Brendan Sorsby is jacked now.
Hold up. Does Phil Steele know about this?
Oh my god, dude! Don't bring it back. Don't bring back Phil Steele. Brendan Sorsby, there he is. Here we go. This
my
was him
God.
last year to this now. Brendan Sorsby
looked
bro.
like me last year.
He's jacked.
And he does not look like me anymore.
No, he doesn't. He looks
Dude,
like
what
a totally
kind of
different
what
person.
kind of HGH do they have in Cincinnati?
He's on. That's that Skyline Chili, brother. That's what that is.
This is why Ralph was so high on the guy.
Yeah. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane.
Oh my
God! Look at his legs. Look at the leg definition here.
And he grew a beard.
Yeah. Totally different
That
guy.
dude totally took HGH.
Totally
that
different
guy
player.
totally took HGH.
But he's jacked now.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because he took
He's a freak.
Sure.
Arizona State's got, I'm gonna say, more freaks than Cincinnati.
Yeah.
though. But not just the team.
We'll
Probably
have a freak off.
Probably
Just kidding.
no, we're not. We're not gonna do that at all. Actually.
You wanna wrap up? Are we done here?
Yeah, I think I'm good. You have anything?
I think this was a great show.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Welcome back.
Thanks, man.
We got a whole week of fun. We will be at Camp T on Saturday. you, me, and the Deli Boy. So definitely stay locked on to PHNX Sun Devils. If you missed any of the weekend content, we've got a quarterback position breakdown in there. We've got our weekend interview from Landon Myrie, the 4-star tight end. That's up there as well. He had some interesting things to say. And we'll make sure to get Kenny Dillingham's post-practice press conference up on the YouTube as well for everybody. So hit that like button and the subscribe button on your way out. If you enjoyed today's content, give the show a follow at PHNX_Sundevs. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. Wow. You can follow this guy, Jose Perez here at Erik Ruby. That is Eric with a K. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we will see you on Tuesday. But in the meantime, go Devils. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.